This conference will now be recorded.
And as you know, for an example, we have to write in double quotation, right? So in a double quotation, now we have to write this code. And finally, after printing this result in a console application, as you know, in the last we have to use console.read, right? So this is the particular specific program. I want to print this particular result, and what is my intention? I want to just see that how many times this is a good evening will print. Okay, so you're saying it will print for 50 times something. Let's see this answer. Is it clear? Whatever the code I have written, I'm writing while condition. The
Yes.
while I'm just writing any condition and just I'm printing the result. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
As you can see, once we'll start now. So you can see continuously good evening, good evening, good evening, continuously number of times and it is not printing for that also. Continuously it is printing now. Okay, but you said that it will print for 50 times, right? So what will happen actually it is one kind of the virus program. Okay, if you will not stop this particular program for 1 hour or more than 1 hour, so your processor you can see it will take some pressure on your processor and on your RAM, and one stage your particular computer system will become hang. Okay, as you can see according to our instructions continuously. Okay, continuously good evening is continuously it is printing. Okay, so why it is continuously printing is actually we said that this is it. Okay, so for example we are driving the car and finally we came to home now. Okay, so after coming to home what we are doing, we are not brake on our vehicle. Okay, so that's why particular vehicle is not being stopped in our home. Okay, so what we need to do for printing a specific result, actually we have to put a brake. Okay, not putting a brake, that's why this continuously. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? So we need to stop the process, right? It is continuously. And why it is continuously? So actually, what will happen after checking this result? So because the condition is true, so it will print this result. And that true, what will happen? Again, it will start from this scratch. Again, it will check the condition is true or not. Again, it will print. Okay. Again, it after printing, again it is coming here. Again, it is printing. Okay. So continuously, the same process is happening now. And why it will happen? Because you are not putting any kind of breaking statement. If you will put breaking statement, only it will stop. Okay, so now according to our requirement, an example you want to print good evening for 100 times or for 50 times, so it's up to you. Okay, so like for example you want to print the deploy records. Okay, so this time according to your convenience, your requirement, you can use the condition. Okay, is it clear? Avina,
Yes.
are you following me?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to do now, just see here what I'm doing now. Like for example, I want to use integer of x, which is equals to 100. Okay, and I want to use comma y, which is equal to 50. Okay, so we have the two variables in place of 100 now because x having value as 100. So can I replace with 100 as x and 50 with y now? Okay, so here first of all I'm declaring a variable, then I'm checking the condition, and based on the condition I want to print. So what I am doing now here, just see, for an example, after printing this result now, I want to use x plus plus. Remember that I told you that an operator in last class I think there is an increment operator and decrement operator. Okay, under the operators we have an operator name is called as the increment operator. For an example, just consider that we have now the values like x of 100. Okay, now for example, if you will use x plus plus, what will happen? Add the value of 100 plus 1. Increment means it will increment the value, okay, and your result it will become as 101. Okay. Okay. Now similarly, same as it is like increment, we have one of the option is called as a decrement. That the decrement what will happen? Just consider that for an example, you have 5 which is equals to 200. If you will use y minus minus, okay. So actually we can use the two ways. Either you can use here, you can see either you can use plus x. Okay, so this is basically called as like a pre-increment because we are using plus sign on the beginning. Okay, so this is called as a pre-increment. Okay. But in both cases, like the value will increment. Okay, so either you can use like this or either you can use like this. Both meanings are same. Okay, and this is basically called as post increment. Okay, because this plus sign we are using after this. Okay, just give me. I'm back. So similarly here also we can use like a y minus minus or you can use minus minus y here. So in both cases like one of the value will decrease here now. Like for example in this case what will happen, it will become as 200 minus of which is equals to, it will become as 191. In another case if you will put the same thing like this, in the next case what will happen, again it will decrement the value like this and it will become as like 198. Okay. So what I want to do now, like for an example, already you have seen like our highest number is like 100 and our lowest number is like 50. So we won't go from 100 to 50. Okay, and only whenever, like for example, whenever we are reaching home, like we are say, slowly putting break. So we are decreasing the value. Like for example, 199, then it is becoming as like 55, 54, 53. Then at one stage it will go to 50, and then we can put complete break. So that's why I want to decrease the value now. So from 100 now, 100 is x. I want to decrease the value. So in the first case, what will happen? Will decrease the value as 100 minus of 1. Okay, so it will become as 99. So it will fix that 99 is greater than 50 or not. So the condition again true, it will print the result. And even if you want that number, you can use like this, like I just use here plus sign, and if you want to print x value, just use plus x. Okay, so it will display the answer like a good evening 100. So similarly, like I want to print the answer in the new lines. Okay, so like for an example, I want to use a right line now. So in the next case, what will happen? Again, it will come as like 99 is greater than 50 or not. It will print the answer. After printing 99, it will come as 99 minus of 1 is 98. So slowly the values will decrease and it will become as like 54, 53, 52 and 51. Okay, and one stage what will happen in the last, remember that here, it will become as like for an example 51 minus of 50. Okay, so what will happen? Here now become as, you know, like not 51 minus of 50 minus of 1. So now it will become as 58. Okay, so in the last, like what will happen in the last case, it will become the particular value as 50, and then it will check that like if 50 is greater than 50 or not. So the 50 is not greater than 50. Right? So then what will happen? It will come outside. Okay, it will come outside, and finally the last line it will print as console dot read. Let me show you practically, then you will get some understanding. So let me run this, and you can see the answer from the top. Okay, just see the answer from the top. So first of all, it is printing 100, then it is printing 99, 98, 97, 96. Obviously, it is printing the result, and at one stage it is becoming as 51. But once it is becoming as 51, it is not printing 50. Okay, it is not printing 50 because 51 minus of 50 is equals to 50, and 50 is not greater than 50. Okay, so that's why it is not printing 50. Just see that, like an example, if I will like 100 is greater than as equals to 50 or not. So what will happen in this case? It will see that 50 is greater than 50 or not, and also it will see that 50 is equals to 50 or not. Okay, 50 is equals to 50. Even in this case, we are putting the condition like this, greater than or equal to, then it will print the answer also. Okay, and it will print the result like this. So finally, it will print the result also like 50. Okay, so I hope you understand this program. Is it clear what is the while loop we are using this?
Yes.
Okay, so here now I want to give like a small task to you, not for now. Okay, getting some time, leisure time, and for the practice, if you want to do the task, okay, so just take it as this particular task and keeping here in the notepad. Print
Okay.
even number from 20 to 100, or like let's say like 20 to 150. Okay, and now
Sorry,
similarly, this is your
even
task number
number.
one.
Huh.
Print even numbers from E to 50. Okay, 20 is like an even number, right? 20,
Yeah.
22, 24, 26, 20, like to like 48 and 50. You have to put all the numbers. Those numbers are existing in between 20 to 50. Okay.
Okay.
So this is like your task number one. And now similarly in the decreasing order. Okay. So here in this case, like I'm doing like increment order, increasing the numbers. Okay. Same as it is like just as in the example of the increment now. Task number two. Similarly, like print odd numbers from 50 to 20 now. Okay.
50 to 29.
50 to 20, 20. Means we have to come like this, like a 49, 47, and 45, like this, whatever the odd numbers are existing. Right? So let's do the try. Like if you can do this, then try. If you're facing any issues, ask me. So I will show you this program.
Okay.
So even in the chat here, like I think I can keep this. Anyhow, I'm sharing this notepad file with you. Where we have chat section here, so I'm sharing this particular messages. Two tasks I am giving to you. Okay, so just keep it as a practice.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is like one of the loop control statement. In this loop control statement, we have more loop statement. This is called as do and while. Okay, explain you this. So shall I go for next?
Yeah.
So because we have only 2 hours, like that's why like I'm moving a little bit faster. Okay, so if you're not getting anything, so you can stop me and you can ask any question to me in the middle. Okay, so
Sure.
just feel comfortable, and if you're not getting anything, please ask me. Okay, so based on your
Yeah.
questions only, you can learn more. Okay,
Yeah.
so here now in the do while what will happen? The syntax it will be like this: do and while. First of all, it is saying that do, then it is saying that to check the condition with the help of while now. Okay, so the statement itself like doing it first, then checking the condition later. Okay, so in this case, like where we have to use this particular condition is like in a real-time example. I will tell you now. Like an example in Amazon, in a Flipkart, as we can see that now, sometime as you can see, like whenever like I want to buy a product, okay, I want to buy a product. So like you can see that like if you have an account, you have to do the login first. Once you will log in into your account, then only you can do the payment, right? Generally, it will happen like this in the online commerce is websites like this, right? First of all, we are buying product, like we are selecting product, then we are logging, then we will enter it our account and we can do the payment, right? But as you can see, like most of the users there, like don't want to log in, but they want to do the payment and they want to buy the product, right? So when at that time, actually, what will happen? I think you have seen that in the Amazon or in the Flipkart, they are giving the options to you as like continue as a guest user. Have you seen that option? Continue as a
Yeah.
guest user. So what
Yeah.
is the meaning of that? Continue as a guest user is they are telling you actually they don't want to lose the customers. Okay, like Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, any online kind of website don't want
Yes.
to lose the customers. Okay, so what they are doing, like actually some of the customers will be very busy or they don't want to give personal information. They don't know if they want just to share the mobile number and the shipping address and they want to buy the product. Okay, so for those users, what they are doing, like here, we can continue as a guest. Okay, so first of all, they are saying like buy the product. Okay, so continue as a guest means like actually you can buy the product. Then they are saying that like here once you will buy the product, if you are interested, okay, if you are interested, then you can create an account. Okay, so in the real time, actually, we can use the do and buy condition like this. So what is the meaning of this? Even you don't have an account, even you have that right to buy the product. Okay, so that is an advantage actually. Okay, I hope you
Okay.
understand that. Okay, so now let me implement the same program. Okay, so what I am doing now in this case, I'm just commenting this code. Okay, I'm just commenting this code. In the same code now, what I am doing here, I am writing like an example do now. under the do now, like for an example.
Yeah, according to the requirements, we need to add this while and do while loop in our project, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will tell you now, like then it will be useful. If you want to take like continuous records one after the another, go with do. Okay. You want to perform something, but you don't want to test the condition. Okay. So then at
Okay.
that time we have to use do while while. Okay. So as a developer, actually we need to understand the requirement. Okay. So no one will tell to us like use this or that. Okay. So we need to understand by our requirement. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so here now, like what I want to do now, like for an example, I want to write here, like console dot write line, and here, like for example, I am telling that here, like everything is fine. Something, some statement like this. And what I want to do now, like the same as it is, like I can write the while condition at the bottom. Okay, so if we do while, actually the condition it will come as the bottom, and here we have to use actually the semicolon. Okay, it means finally like we are terminating this in the last. Okay, if the condition is true, then again it will continue, otherwise it will finish. So here now, according to the condition, what is happening, just see like what I'm going to do now. I'm writing now, like for example, x is less than or is equals to y now. Okay, so actually x is 100 and y is 50. Okay, so I'm taking that actually like 100 is less than 50 or not. 100 is less than 50.
No.
Basically the condition is false, right?
Yes.
It means you don't have an account. Okay, so basically here the condition is becoming false. So I want to just show you that like whether this thing will happen or not. Okay, so here I have written like for example everything is fine now. Okay, so right now let me run this project, and as you can see that actually I got the output now something like this, like everything is fine. Okay, so here we got the output something like this, like everything is fine here. So actually like nothing is fine because we got the condition. What is happening? The condition is becoming false, and condition is becoming false means actually we are not supposed to display anything. Right? It is our requirement. Even what I am telling to you, like if the condition is false, we can thing. Previously we can perform an operation. So it is telling that like even something, some kind of thing is not working, but we can say that like everything is fine, something like this. But actually it is not true. Okay. So first of all, we have to make the correction, and we have to say that. For an example, now what I want to do, like for an example, in this case, I want to just make the condition is true now, and then I want to say now it is true. Okay, so that is fine. So actually, we have to put the break statement again. So as you can see, everything is fine. Everything is fine. It is continuously printing now. So because your condition is true, so continuously it is printing. Okay. Otherwise, like if the condition is false, then it will stop at only one position. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now just I'm modifying this. So actually, like in this program, we have two things. Okay. There is a while program and one more is a do while program.
While.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Which
So
one is
for
most used? While or dual? Dual, right?
it is actually depending on your requirement. Basically, we will use while mostly. Okay.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
like in some cases, in some rare situations, actually we need to allow to the user. Okay. For an example, just I have told you that like continue as guest. Okay.
Guest
So we
user.
have
Yeah.
such kind of requirement. Yeah. So in some cases also what will happen, like some kind of things are not eligible. Okay. Like an example, you are working on some application, and some of the users are like an example they are not eligible for something, some reasons. Okay. But what you want to do, like you want to allow them. Okay. So if you want to allow them in a condition, you have to make the changes like this. So you have to go at that time as do first and take the condition later. Because the condition is means will stop them. Okay. So if
Okay.
you want to know that part, then you have to use do while. So but mostly in all the like APC specifically at the database connectivity purpose, like if you want to take like 100,000 records at the same time. Okay, so then at the time these looping code statements are very important.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I will tell you like one more good of the program here. In the loop, apart from the while and do while, we have one more loop code statement is called as for loop now. Okay, in the small letter, all these keywords are in small letter. Okay, we have for control statement also. So in this particular for control statement, actually the syntax is like this. Okay, so under the syntax here, first of all, it is related to
Initialization.
initialization is the first one. Then here we have to write the condition. Then either we can write like an increment or decrement operation here. So all these
Okay.
three things we form it here in the same bracket. Okay. So now let me just show you. Actually, in this while loop also we are doing the same. As you can see that first of all we are doing the initialization here, right? Defining the
Yes.
value. Defining the value. This is basically called as initialization. Okay. In the next case, what we are doing? Here we are writing the condition. Okay. Here we are writing a condition basically. Okay. And after the writing condition, now here we are performing different operations.
Decrement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually we are performing three operations in a three separate lines. But what we can do here now, here we can perform the same thing. Okay, so now let me just copy this. The same program, I'm continuing this. So here now just make it as like this is your program number 1. Okay, this is just only for while. This do while is your second program, like for an example, program number 2. Okay, I'm commenting this as you can use this comment option. Okay, and now program number 3. So in this program number 3, I want to implement for loop. Okay, so in the for loop, actually here we have to do the initialization. So like for an example, I want to use like integer of I, which is equals to like for an example, let's say 1. Okay, then I am writing like for an example, I is less than or is equals to like for an example 10 or not. Okay, this is my simple condition. 1 is less than 10 or not. And what I want to do, I want to increment the value. Like I want to move 1, 2, 3, like this. So that's why I want to use increment. I want to use I plus plus. Okay. And what I want to do now, like if an example, I want to print the answer like console dot a right line. And here I want to use like for an example, I want to print the value of I. So I want to print the answer like for an example, the value of I is okay, and the value of I it is printing from the I variable. Okay, so not like what is our expecting answer, how many times and what it will print. What is your expectation?
I is equal to 1, less than equal to 10, in the sense plus increment.
Okay, so how many times it will?
Like it will be increment 1 by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10, less than equal to 10. It reaches to 10, then it will be stopped. From the beginning, 1, 2, 3 again.
Okay, so let's see the answer. Okay, so you are exactly right. Now it is incrementing the value. First of all, it is printing the I value of I is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Continuously it is printing. And now, okay, so
Yeah.
you are correct. So in the same thing now here, as you can see, like as an example, I'm just giving it to you. Okay, I'm doing the same program in for. You have to do the same thing in the while. Okay, as we have know that, like for example, what is the even project? How we can say that like what is like even or not? How we can identify that?
Can you come again, please?
How we can identify a number which is a even number or not? What is the logic behind that? For
Like
example,
for that also we used I don't know. Even I am aware of that, but I don't know how to
now,
write it.
now tell me for an example. We have a
Yeah.
number is like 49, right? So 49
Huh.
is the even number.
No.
49 is not even number, right? So why
Yeah.
how that like it is not even number? Because whenever we are dividing by 2, so here what
Yeah.
we will get the reminder. Just concentrate on the reminder, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
got the line? dividing these two numbers, like we are getting the remainder is 1, right? Like in the same case, if I'm saying like 50 now, 50 divided by 2, so 50 is divisible completely, right? So what we will get the remainder?
Yeah.
The remainder is 0, right?
Yeah.
In even
So
numbers,
same.
like because even numbers are completely divisible. So in that type, the remainder it is becoming as 0. Okay. Basically,
Okay.
what is the logic for finding the even number is
So
the
we put
number is
it
completely divisible.
last. Okay.
So I told you that like for getting the remainder value purpose, we will use a operator. You remember that arithmetic operator? It is
Yeah.
called as a percentage operator. Okay, this is basically called as modulus. Okay,
Okay.
by that using this, it will use to save the remainder value. Okay, basically this modulus is used to save the remainder value. So can I write the condition like this? Like one example is coming. Okay, I want to test. One is the even number or not? One is the even number. One
No.
is the even number. So here I want to test, right? So I want to use condition because I want
Okay.
to test one number and then I want to finalize, right? So that's why here I'm using
I
this now.
divided by
Whereas if
2. Yeah.
I divided by 2, if you are using divide symbol, it will say what? And
Okay.
actually, it will divide means it will say the reminder like a quotient value, right? Actually, we have to use percentile symbol here. Okay,
Okay.
and this percentile is not like a percentage in mathematics. Okay, basically this percentage symbol is used for modulus for the remainder values. Okay, so what I'm doing, like actually I'm not using I divided by 2 because it will say quotient value. Okay, but I want the remainder value now. Okay, so that's why I want to use percentage symbol. Okay, not for definition. I want to use that here, but as you can see that like according to this condition now, because of this I it is declared here. Okay, so what I want to do now, like for an example here, I want to compare like this. Remember that this equal to sign is basically called as single equals to is assignment. Okay, whenever we are using, just see, we have two operators. One is called as assignment operator, and we have one more operator is called as a comparison operator. Okay, so like for
Yeah.
example, let's consider that like if you are using like integer of x which is equals to 100, what is happening in this case? 100 value is assigning to x. Okay, but now like the same thing, we will use, for example, we are using y is equals to like 200 now like this, and in condition like for example, if you are using like this, x double equals to y. So means we are doing the comparison here. Okay, this is called as a comparison. And how we are doing the comparison? We are saying that x which is equals to y or not. Okay, so 100 is equals to 200. Is true.
No.
So according to this condition, actually it will do the comparison, and this is not true. Okay, so like
Yeah.
this will do the comparison. So what I am doing now here, actually the I value meaning is nothing but like for now. Okay, divided by 2. Okay, divided to how much? This is the reminder. Basically, like this I percent type 2 meaning is that I divided by 2. Okay, 1 divided by 2. What is the reminder value? Divided by 2.
I divided by 2.
1 divided by 2. I use 1, right? In the first case.
Yeah.
So what is the reminder value? Actually, we cannot divide that directly exactly, right? I don't want like the answer in the decimals, okay? So the same
Yeah.
number the same number it will pass the remainder or not?
Yeah, we get decimal values.
No, I don't want the answer decimal values because if you are dividing like this means we don't want quotient values, right? We want to know that
Yes.
what is the remainder value. So actually
Yeah.
this number is not divide. So the same number it will pass like a remainder or not?
Yeah.
Divided by 2, the remainder is 1 only, right?
Yes.
Correct, if I'm correct. Okay, let's give you some idea about this. Okay, so we have a number like for example, we are dividing like this, right? 2 divided by 1, right?
Okay.
So here actually we will get an answer like this is the quotient value, right? We'll get an answer. Don't want that, right? So we cannot divide this number. So like this particular number, same as it is, it will come as like for an example, the same value it will come as like a remainder. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so basically like 2 divided by like divided 2 meaning is that the remainder is like 1 only, right? So here we are
Yes.
taking that like 1 is equals to, when we can say that this is an even number or not, only in this particular case we can say that this particular number is like a, those remainders are 0, which is a number. Okay, so like what I want to do now, like I want to calculate like whatever the answer is coming. Okay, so either the answer will come as 1 or either the answer will come as 0. Okay, so like what I am doing now, like if this condition is true now, then at that time I am telling that the console dot write line this particular number. Like for an example, the I value. The I value means actually like the I value is I only, and I want to use plus like this, and I want to display the answer like here. Like for an example, I want to give a space because after that number I want to print the answer. For an example, is the even number. Okay. Otherwise, if you're writing if means there should be like a else part also, right? So in the next case, what I want to do, I want to tell that like else it is not even number. Okay, this is my simple program.
Okay.
So actually, it is a task I have given to you, but I have implemented in the for loop. Okay, same thing you can
Okay.
write in the while loop also. Okay, so
Okay.
it
For
is
odd
not
numbers, we need to give I divided by 3 or
for odd numbers.
yeah.
Odd number, the logic will become as when we can say it is a reminder is a 1. Okay, like say
Hmm.
an example, we have one number like 49, right?
Yes.
We want to divide the logic will be same. For example, we have 49, right? We have a number. So how many times it will go? 24 times, right? Something like that.
24. Yeah.
So 2 into 40, 4 like something it will become as
48.
48. And finally, what
1.
it will get for all the odd numbers, actually the remainder it will come as 1. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how
Okay.
like even the 1 divided by 2, the remainder is coming 1. So can we say 1 is the odd number or not? The odd number actually it is starting from 1, 3, 5, 7. Basically 1 is the odd number, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, 49 is also like a odd number right here. So what is the logic? Logic is same. If you are using 0, meaning is that you are taking for odd, taking for even. If you are taking like comparison which is equals to 1, the answer is odd. Okay. So I want to use with 0 now. So let me see the answer. So all the numbers it will go one after the another now. Okay. So let me show you the answer now. So in all the cases, as you can see, it is printing the result. Like it is printing 1 is the even number. Actually, there is one special case with 1. 1 it will not come under the category of, but actually it will come in the category of, it is printing 2 is the even number, that is correct. It is printing 3 is also even number, that is wrong actually. Are you getting the answer? It is telling like reversely, I think the value of I is 10. No, actually what is happening, like first we have to print, why we are printing this? Actually we are not supposed to print by I value. This is the other case of the for loop, right? I want to just comment this one because it is confusing us. Okay, this is actually the for loop program I have shown to you. Okay, and now on top of this, I am showing this particular program for the even number now. Okay. And one more thing, like I have not written here the correct statement. So the first condition is
Okay.
it is an even number and it is not an even number. Okay. If the
Okay.
condition is true,
Yeah.
only it is going inside and they are saying that this number is the even number. Okay. And if the condition is false, then they are saying that it is not an even number now. So as you can see that all the results we are getting now from 1 to 10. So it is the condition is not becoming true. Okay. The remainder is 1. Then it is going 12th part and it is printing this answer. Then it's not an even number. Then increment plus plus we are using, right? So remember that this plus plus or minus minus actually it will take printing this result. Okay. Printing this result now this value will become as 2. 2 is less than is equal to 10 or not. So 2 is so the condition is 2, it is going inside and it will take that 2 divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is divisible completely and the remainder is coming 0 now. In this second case, the answer it is coming 0 and it is checking that by using of the comparison. 0 is equal to 0 or not. Now the condition is 2, right? It is print the answer. 2 is the even number. Hello, Avina, you're there? I'm not getting your words. Actually, you
Sorry,
need to
actually I
get
was
help.
disconnected because of some network issues. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
Just 1 minute
As
back only.
okay. So you understand this program? What is the even
Yes.
number and what is the
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
even number? Meaning is that not even number meaning is that it is like odd number. Okay,
Okay.
basically. Okay, so now with this, we have completed a 3 control statement. One is while, then do while, and one more is for loop. Okay, and apart from the particular for loop, now we have this is one of the new control statements. And it is not available in Java or in other programming languages also. Okay, it is available simply in C# programming language, like for each. This is the last looping control statement we have for each control statement. So for explaining this concept to you, I will explain you one more concept to you. Both concepts will complete together. Okay, I will explain a concept to you. That particular concept name is called as an array. Okay, I will explain you the array concept to you for each control statement. Okay, so basically remember that what is the meaning of the for each control statement is it is used to print same as it is like the for loop. It is used to print each and every item of the container. Each and every item from the container. So from the container meaning is that, for an example, just consider that you have collection of the items. Okay. So basically, I think you remember that in Java also we are using an array. And what is the meaning of the array? Collection of the items. Collection of the
Yeah.
similar type of the items, right? The exact definition is the collection of similar data type items, right? So similar data type item meaning is that, for example, I want to add 100, then 200, then 300. For example, in my group, I have all the number of the items the same image numbers, right? Like this, right? So in a group, as you can see that these all numbers are belongs to each type, okay, as numeric. Say that it is an array, right? If an example I want to write an example 20, 2 points from 50 something like this. Can we say that now this group of items is an array?
No.
So we cannot say that,
It's
right?
a mix of string or integer types or only a particular data type.
Only
Similar
data
data type. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
similar data
It's
type
not an
only.
array now. Yeah.
So as we can see, this particular 250, meaning is that basically this is a double value. Again, dotnet saying that this is a double value. Okay. And in the
Okay.
integer, actually we have a integer group, but in the integer we are trying to adding one double value now. So it is not part of the group. Okay. So we cannot say like it is an array. Okay. So in an array, what will happen? Only the similar data types items can stay now. Okay. This is basically called as an array. Okay. So what is my intention now? Like for example, I want to print this answer now. Like you just consider that like I have array and I want to print this answer now by using of the for each. I want to print each and every item. Okay, so either you can use while loop also, you can use for loop also. Already you have seen that sample syntax, right? I want to show you this example in for each control statement. So, let me just give you the idea first. First of all, we have to add the items into the container array, right? So that particular syntax will be like this. Okay, so if you want to define an array in the programming, first of all, you have to choose data type, which kind of the items you want to add into the collections. Okay, into the container. Okay. Like for example, this 100, 300, 400, 500, these are the integers. Okay, so I want to use integer, and you have to use a square bracket. From that, this square bracket is an identification for an array. Okay, how we can say that it is an array or not? So this array symbol is like a square bracket. Okay, so we have to define the type that is square bracket. Give container name, array name. Okay, for example, just say you want to give array name is like a box. Okay, you give any name of your choice. So like box is your array name, okay, which is equals to, because we have to create a new array, right? So we have to use a new keyword, and we have to use the same data type, and here we have to define size. Okay, how many
Number of.
items you want to add? Okay, number of
Okay.
it. This is basically called as number of size. Okay, so we have to
Okay.
define the syntax like this. Okay, so let me show you like how practically it will happen. Like for example, I want to define my declaration like this. Okay, so this is my array definition now. In this array definition, whenever we will define like this, what will happen? So basically, what will happen? Just assume concept. Okay, so basically, what will happen? Like not box or the container will create like this. It will contain number of the items. Okay. Basically, it will create a container now. And how many number of the items you want to add? This is called as, remember that this pi is basically called as the size of an array.
Size of the array. Okay.
So what will happen here under this particular container now? It will create
5 blocks.
this is your block number 1. Like an example, this is your block number 2, then block number 3, then block number 4, and block number 5 now. Okay, so for an example, we have the 5 blocks like this. So here actually what will happen, like if you want to add the items into this particular boxes now, okay? So here we have to follow index number. Okay, so this index is basically called as, when you can call it as like for example position. Okay, what is the position of the item now? Where you want to keep this? Okay, so this index and the position both are same here. Okay, so we have to use index, and here we have to define the position of the item now. So here like an example, and here remember that like actually in an array, I think I have studied in Java also. The first index position of an atom in an array, it will start from 0 onwards. Okay. Hello. Hello there. Hello, Vinay, you're there?
No, actually, I was logging with my another laptop. I can't able to hear your voice properly, so that's why.
Okay. Now you can hear me properly, right?
Yeah, it's sometimes it's breaking. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shall I continue?
Sorry.
Shall I continue now?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I'm telling you now here, like basically the index number means the first position of this box. Okay, so basically the index number it will start from 0 onwards. Okay, so your next box number it will become as position it will
1.
become as 1. Okay, so similarly like the next index number it will become as like for example 2 now. Okay,
Okay.
and similarly like it will goes on. Okay, and what is the last index number?
4.
Size is 5. So it will become as 4. Now similarly like just consider that like you are defining the size of an array is equals to 100 now. Okay, so what will be the last index number?
99.
99, because our index number is starting from 0, right?
0.
So
Yeah.
like this we need to understand this. So now like for an example, what I want to do now, like for example, just see like in this block, okay, in this particular second block, actually the box number is third, but the index number is 2 here. So in this particular box, I want to assign a value now. Okay, so how we can assign this value is just say the definition now. So what is your name of your box? The name of your array is like a box, right? The array name is box. Of a box now here we have to use your index number. Okay, so your index number is like 2 now, which is equals to it is becoming as like a 300. Okay, like for
Value.
example, I want to assign one value. This is the value. Okay?
Okay.
So whenever I'm defining this particular answer now, what will happen? This particular value it will go in there. It will go to, in which block now? Like for example, this particular value it will go in this box here because the index number in our definition is 2, so it will come to this definition of 2. And now it will say the value in this particular box is 300. Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, like for an example, now let me see. Like for an example, I want to tell that here, like a box number which is 4 is equals to like 500 now. Okay, so where it will go?
Box number 5. 4.
Basically, like it will go to the last box, right?
Yes.
So according to this particular definition, the answer it will goes to 5 like this. Okay. So this is like one way to assign and define the values. Okay, so let's create like new program. Already in this program I have explained you the concept to you like while, do while, and for loop. I want to create a new program now. Okay, for each and the array. So here remember that like the first name of the program I'm giving to you now for the array. I want to create a control application program. Go from this. And here I want to give program name is like for example single dimension array. Okay, so here why it is single dimension array? As you can see in my arrow, they are going in one way. Okay, in the same way from the left hand side to right hand side, actually we are inserting an atom. Okay, so that's why this is called as a single dimension array. Is it clear?
Yes.
So this is a simple program of the single dimension array. Okay, so this is our second program of the class. I want to create this program now. So this is our basically main function. In main function, what I want to do now, first I want to define an array here. Okay, so I want to define an array now. So how we can define this? Like of square bracket with any name, like for example box, which is equals to new digit of then find the size. Okay, like this you define the value and you want to assign the values now. This is just called as like a declaration. Basically, this is called as declare array. Then we have to define an array. Define an array means we can assign the values now. Okay. Basically, this is called as like assigning values. How we can assign the value? So you can follow the sequence or you cannot follow the sequence that is your test. So as you have know that already, the first item the expression is 0. Okay, so I want to go in a sequential order now. Is equals to 0 is equal to like for an example 100 now. Similarly, you can find particular values for 0 to 4. Okay. So like for an example, this is my second value, this is my third value, this is my fourth value, and this is my five value. So I can change the numbers now. Like next number is 1, and the second value is 200. The next value is 2, and the third value is like an example 300. then similarly like box of 3, then this big man has 4, and the last index number is 4, and value is 5 now. Is it clear how we can compare and how we can assign values?
Yes.
So all these particular values it will go like this, okay? And
Okay.
now I will tell you like one more simple way to you. Instead of writing like just consider that now we have only 5 now, right? But in the future might be like the answers are coming from the database, like thousands and millions values are coming like this. So can we write like this much of lines like this?
No.
So in order to avoid like for an example these 5 lines now, what I want to do, it is just I have written only for your knowledge purpose. Even what we can do at the same time, whenever we are declaring an array, we can open the curly braces like this, open the floor bracket here, and you can assign directly the values like this. This is also one more alternative way.
Okay.
I think it is the easiest way. Okay. So as we can see, this particular size of the array is 5, and the floor bracket now I want to assign the 5 values like this. But here also remember that automatically it will take the index number is 0. The first item index value automatically it will take as 0. Then this is 1, then this is 2, then this is 3 and 4 like this. Okay. So it will happen like this. So I hope like you like this method. In the same time, you can define the size as well as can assign the values. Okay, so we can avoid 5 lines here. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so what is my next intention is like I want to print the answer now. So whatever the answer we have here. So here just see the answer like just we have shifted here. Like for an example, for the first box number, the value is 100. The second value of box is like 200. Then like an example, this is 300, 400 and 500 here. Okay, so these are the particular 5 values we have. So now I want to use like for each control statement. Okay? So the for each control statement syntax is like this. Okay, so now let me just show you the syntax here. It's right here. For each, we have to use a keyword for each. And under bracket here, actually we are not using a condition, we are writing a statement. Okay. So like as you can see that like we have 100, 200, 300. These all values are from integer, right? Whatever the particular data type of the array we are using, we have to use the same data type now here. So like for example, I want to use int. Okay. Then what I want to do now, like for an example, you can use any variable name. Like for an example, just consider that like I want to use like one of the variable name as like for an example ship. Okay, so what is the meaning of the ship is like just consider that like for an example here what will happen. Like we want to print the answer. Okay, so we want to print the answer means like what will happen. Like here we have to create like a kind of a ship container. Okay, like all these particular values, like whatever the particular values we have here now in a container, this all the values we are keeping into this particular box like a shipment. Okay. This all values we are keeping into container now, a new container. And this particular all values we are keeping it here like this. And here, I want to give this particular container name is, like for an example, ship now. So what will happen? All the values from this box, okay, basically, all the values from the box now they are keeping into the ship now, okay. So here we have to write a condition like this, like int ship. Here we have to use one more keyword is called as in. And just changing color now in. We are taking the values from there. We are taking the values from box
Box.
now. Okay. So if you can understand the meaning of the sentence here, we are not using like a condition. Actually, it is like a general statement. Okay? So if you can understand this one, we are taking all the values from box and they are keeping in where? They are keeping in ship now. So where all your values, all values are available in ship. And from the ship
Containers.
now we can build. Yeah. So from the ship now we can display the output. So what were the values you have in your ship? You can display the output from the ship now. So we can display the answer like this. Like for an example, let me write a directly now here. So, like for an example, I want to use like for each control statement, and here after the for each control statement, here use like a just in, like you can give any name, okay, just your understanding purpose I'm giving this in box. Okay, so I want to take value from box. And what I want to do now, like I want to print the result. So here I want to use like soul dot right line. I want to print the answer now, and all the values are available in there. It is available in shift, right?
Yeah.
So directly just write directly right now shift it's here. Okay, and semicolon. Excuse me, just a minute.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm back. So as you can see, that like here actually same as it is like a for loop we have for the result, but basically we are not initializing the value, we are not
For
checking
shift.
the condition, and also even yeah even they are not telling that it is like increment or decrement. So using all
Okay.
items are actually coming and for the shift they are printing the item. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. I think that now this method is like looks more convenient to you. Okay, because here the
Okay.
initialization process and your termination, addition, increment, these processes are not available. Okay, so it's up to you. Okay,
Okay.
like I'm giving all the possible options to you now. Okay, so according to your convenience, like you can use any method. So finally, we have to use control dot read line in the last slide. Read or read line we have to use. So these are simple program. Okay, so now let's see the answer. So our expectation is like it will print 5 records to you. So as we can see that now here we are using 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. Okay. So this example is clear with you.
Yes.
So I will give like a small task to you related to this array. Okay. So just try to do that if you can do this. Okay. Apart from your even numbers and odd number. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is my requirement? Like for example, let me just keep this picture scenario. I will save this picture also. And here, what is your task is like now just consider that even what we can do, like we can add the predicate item by using of 2 ways. Okay, just consider that like we are creating an array now, and in this particular array now, what I want to do, like for an example, here I want to define 2 rows in one box. Okay, and I want to define like 2 columns in the box here. Okay, I want to define different items into the box like this. Okay,
Yeah.
so like for an example, from top to bottom, I want to add the items. Okay,
Okay.
and what I want to do now, even if to add the answers from left side to the right hand side now. Okay, so
Okay.
basically this is called as a double dimension array. Okay, so in a double dimension array, what will happen? Like basically, like here also remember that the items index number it will start from 0 onwards only. Okay,
Zero.
so the
Okay.
first column number it will is so basically like the first row will come, then column will come basically, right? So the first row is called as the index number it will start from 0, and the next row number it will become as 1. Okay, similarly, like we have the first column number is 0, then the next column number is 1 here. Okay,
Yeah.
and what is the combination here? And here I am giving the syntax to you also. Okay, I'm giving the syntax also for you. So here
Okay.
now just
Zero.
see,
Yeah.
basically we will use like a square bracket and we will use like comma here. Okay, so
Okay.
comma meaning is that, and now let me write the complete syntax, then you can understand this. So here what I am doing now, like since that I am giving name of particular array which is equals to box, which is equals to new integer of, like for example, according to comma white type using the first number it will become as row. Okay, I want to use like comma 2 now. Okay, 2 meaning is that like the particular number it will become as how much is like a multiplication now. 2 into 2. So how many total number of items we can in a box? 2 into 2 is
4.
4 items,
Yeah.
right? As you can see, like 2 rows we have created, 2 columns we
2
have created,
columns.
and how many number of the items we can add? Add
4
the 4
items.
items into the 4 blocks. Okay. So like for example, we can add the particular items like for example 100. Okay. Similarly, like we can add like 200, 300, 400, something like this. So here actually what will be the combination is, so here remember that like actually the index position it will become as 0, comma 0, because 0 is the first row and 0 is the first column. Okay. So actually if you're talking about like if you want to assign the value, so we can use like this like box and use
0, 0.
like for example 0, comma 0. And in place
Okay.
of the 0, comma 0, now the answer it will become as 100.
100.
Okay. Similarly, I want to assign like for example box of
1,
0,
0.
comma
Oh,
1, comma
okay.
like split the 0th row. Okay. We'll
Okay.
go to
Okay.
the first column. Okay. First row. Now here like for example I want to add the 200. So where it will
Okay.
go? First
1,
they will
0.
make the combination like this. So here you can see first row number will be okay. The row next number is 0 and your next
Okay.
column number is 1. So in this one what will happen? The answer will get as 200. But
Okay.
was in this position 0, comma 1. For example, I'm writing like for example box 1, comma 1 now. Okay. 1, comma 1 which is equals to, I want to write like for example one of the answers is like 400 now. So not a thing in which block it will go.
Last 1, 1. Yeah.
That one, right? So basically like the answer it will goes into this box. So this particular 400 value it will go into this box, and the
Yes.
answer will come as 400 like this. So even now you know the particular concept how we can assign the values, and even you know the syntax. Okay, so just to make it as like a one kind of example. So I'm giving like this is your task number 3. Okay, you
Okay.
can complete this one. Try to complete this program. If you're facing any issues, we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay.
Sure.
So this program is related to double dimension. Why is double dimension? Because from top to bottom we are adding array, and from left side to right hand side also we are having an array. Okay, we are inserting an item. So we have 2 directions. Okay, so that's why we are calling as double dimension. Not only like 12 and like quadra like this. We will use like comma, comma, comma like this, and more than one single dimension, or it will convert into the double dimension per second. But for second onwards, you can say that like multiple dimension array. Okay,
Okay.
just you have
Okay.
to use like comma, comma, comma like that. Okay,
Okay.
so this is like a kind of example to you. I hope you understand the theoretical part. Try to
Yeah.
make the same thing in practical.
Okay.
Shall we take a 5 minutes break? I want to go for a
Yeah.
washroom.
Yeah. No problem. No problem.
Even I'm feeling thirsty, I want to drink some water.
Yeah.
So
Even I
just
too.
we'll have for 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. Just take 10 minutes break. We'll continue on 8:30. Okay. Now the timing is
Yeah.
8:20. We'll continue with 8:30. Okay.
8:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So since I will not provide a session exactly 9 o'clock, we'll continue. Okay. So it is not like exact timing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So just have a we'll continue after the break.
Huh? Sorry?
Just have a small break. We'll continue after the break
Sure.
actually.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Bye. Hello, Dina, you're there?
Yes.
Dina, just I got to know that like our training is only for 1 hour per day, right?
Sorry.
I just got information from the management. Our
Huh.
training is only for 1 hour per day, right?
No,
I
they
thought
told
about
me like from 7 to 9 evening.
yeah. Even I was also thinking like this, but now they are telling to me like the training is only for 1 hour.
Okay.
Actually, they have scheduled one more demo for me. I have to
Huh.
give one more demo to one student now.
Okay.
So he is waiting for me. So they are telling me to wind up now and continue that.
Sure, sure. Better I will talk with them tomorrow, like for confirmation.
Okay. So
Yeah.
whatever the things we have discussed, so I will save this all document and the progress
Yeah.
and we will
Better
continue that.
can we start tomorrow from ASP.NET, like how to connect from HTML, CSS, and controllers?
Okay, okay, sure. You got the
Yeah.
basic understanding right now. Okay.
Huh? Sorry.
So you got that the basic understanding right now, right? So we can start
Yeah.
from tomorrow. No, no issue.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye. Hello, Shani, you there?